is Run the Numbers. My name is Jason, and you're watching this video, part of the Run the Numbers channel, but part of the warm-up series. So I'm on the go, in motion, walking at what now is a little bit of sunny skies here, sunny streets of Los Angeles, California. Prior it was raining, so this is a little surprising, but we'll take it. We'll take this positive momentum. So I can also tell you that this video is part of our 100 videos challenge, and that means that this video is one of 100 videos that I have challenged for myself to create and publish all to YouTube, all in 100 days. So yes, quite a feverish pace to make sure there's a whole lot of content that's out there to help you on your personal finance journey. All right, with that being said, with that introduction covered, let's jump right into today's very interesting topic, and that is the lottery. Now, I've talked a little bit about the lottery before, so go check out some previous videos. Today, I want us to really enjoy kind of putting on our imaginary hats, our thinking hats, that is, and kind of playing in Fantasyland, and that is to think through what it would be winning the lottery, winning a major, these huge jackpot winnings. Currently, there's a Powerball jackpot somewhere of $1.23 billion. That's the estimated amount. So let's kind of think through what it would be just to win that. Let's enjoy thinking through and basically taking the next steps as to, what do you do? Well, to have us all on the same page, really, you're going to be making the decision between accepting a lump sum payment right away for a given amount. We could talk about, how that amount is calculated, all this, but basically, it's the kind of cash reserves. It's what the lotto can pay you, kind of at the time of your winning. And the other option, the other thing to decide as to what you could do is accept the annuity of what is advertised. So again, this $1.23 billion Powerball jackpot, that is all calculated and formed by, assuming you're going to take one initial payment and then 29 following, subsequent to that, 29 annual annuity payments that follow your initial payment. That whole sum total will equate to $1.23 billion. So that's another way to go. I'm not going to get too far into the weeds as to tax implications and kind of so many different things to consider about how to be making that decision. There's a lot of different things. Let me just quickly kind of rattle off a couple things that at least you need to put into your brain as to what's into this decision. First and foremost, you're going to want to think about, kind of what your needs are. Do you need how much money do you need, and in what timing do you need the funds? Kind of, what's your thoughts and feeling as to being able to have that funds at different time. So if you want, for example, to not have the funds purposefully, I talked to a whole bunch of people, and they said, look, I kind of almost want the limitations. I want the sort of the handcuffs of the annuity payments, just so I can not be susceptible to what I hear happens a lot with lottery winnings, that just simply you have this lifestyle inflation and this sort of creep in there as to you're just gonna be hit up for money of all sorts and all this, that you just want this ability to be like, look, I only get a certain amount, you could say little bit, relative, of course, it's large sums of money, obviously, but you're gonna think through to it being relatively smaller amounts of money each year. That money grows over time, so by the end it's a whole lot of money, say into year 29, but overall, it's not the huge lump sum payment in comparison, and thereby, you're not gonna, it's gonna force you You're not gonna go on some wild spending spree. Some people like that. So this is, again, it's all about, your behaviors, you knowing yourself, knowing, kind of what your preferences are, and that's definitely a huge element. Another element to it is your risk profile. So if you think, oh, I just want something of the, you could, in some respects, think of the annuity payments as risk-free. Nothing in this world, of course, is risk-free and guaranteed and all this, but the annuity payments are supposed to come to you. And so if you want to think of that with its level of risk and compare it to what you're going to be doing with the lump sum payment, and think through, well, if I have the lump sum payment, I'm going to need to, put that money somewhere, and kind of what that entails if you're going to put that into great degree of, and accept risk as to what you're going to be doing with it. That's, again, it factors in the risk profile you want to take, if you're risk loving, if you're risk averse. So that's definitely part of the equation. But in the end, yeah, you're gonna have to do some real thinking through. Also, the tax implications of it all, what you're thinking the tax implications are right now, what the tax implications could be into the future. Because, yeah, the given, tax rates are what they are now, but you never know into the future. Of course, tax rates, tax brackets, all these things, they change over time. They have historically, and they're expected to change as different things happen politically. All these things, it's all part of the story here, the things to think about. So yeah, I want you to have a little bit of fun. Think through some of these things on your own. Think through what it's like to, of course, be winning, and yeah, go into the fantasy land of, how your life changes, hopefully for the better, and what kind of things and maybe the positive impact you could have on the world. And of course, have for you personally, for you and your family. Yeah, think through it all, enjoy it. But yeah, think through, what might be, what you'd envision as to your needs and your spending habits, and the amount of risk that all goes into the various things mentioned. Okay, so with that being said, I'll kind of let you go and take the reins here, and think through the thoughts now on your own as to all the things I've mentioned. Maybe I'll part ways with you. Something of a launching point is just to let you know I'm leaning towards probably the lump sum payment. I could go into that another time as to why, how that fits my risk profile, kind of what the things are about that. But I'll leave you here with just throwing out, for what it's worth, I'd maybe go that way. Historically, most of the jackpot winners, they do take the lump sum payment. But of course, yeah, it's all going to be specific to your case as to what you would do. So I'll let you think through all that on your own. So go think about it and enjoy it. All right, for me, I gotta run.